I'm Smriti of House, Board in the House, and I thought I would sit here and do this video with you today to talk to you about the apps that I use while reading. And yes, I do know that this sounds counterintuitive, and yes, this is a straw in my hand. That's fine. However, don't let it distract you, because these apps that I use in fact help me reading and don't distract me from reading. So that's cool. How this video came about is because I put up a story the other day about how my reading habits and the duration of the time that I read every day in this lockdown has actually become very low, and I'm actually reading lesser than what I used to normally. So there used to be times where I would read about 5 hours in a day. Now I'm reading like 20 minutes, 30 minutes in a day, which I think I am just distracting myself with nonsensical things and hence haven't been able to read as much. However, I am talking nonsense now, so I will get to the meat of the material. So the first app that I want to talk to you about was the one that I put up on my stories, which is Bookly. Now, Bookly has become an app that I absolutely cannot live without. I use it every single time I read, and what it does is essentially, the main function is that it records the time in which you read. So as soon as you start reading, you press play. When you stop reading, you press stop, and it records the amount of time that you have read. In between, if you have to wake up to go potty or you have to make a cup of tea, you can press pause, so you know exactly how, and then resume again afterwards, because so then you know exactly how much time you have read exactly. That's the way I use it. But yeah, I think it's really cool because it tells you exactly how much time you've read. I also use it as a device to shame myself into reading more, because for example, I get really distracted sometimes, like I am right now, and I will put on the app and start reading, and if I get distracted within 3 minutes, then I'll just be like, no, read again, and that's exactly what I'll start doing, and I will shame myself into reading for at least continuously about 15 minutes. So that's great. But apart from that, it has some really cool features as well, such as, this is not a paid video, guys, like I just really like the app. But it has some really cool features, such as like they have like these background noisy sort of thingies which you can play. So they have, I have the pro version, which has multiple sounds, such as like lively forest or cafe, ambient cafe or something like that, like waves, something. But I think the non-paid version has light rain, which is nice because everyone likes reading like in the rain when you're inside, and like nice cup of coffee, and oh, so nice. So yeah, so that sort of stuff, and you can put down your thoughts and your quotes and like all of that sort of stuff as well. And then in the end, it gives you this nice infographic of like how much time you spent on it, on the book when you're done with it, and all of that sort of stuff. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty competitive as well. It has like streaks. So I'm on day 81 now. So like, you know how on Snapchat you have streaks with your best friends or whatever. This one has streaks with your books. So how cool is that? Yeah, so I really like it. I'm gonna stop talking about it now, and you should go and check it out because I really like the app and I think it's super helpful for my reading. App number 2 is Goodreads. Now, Goodreads is an app that I've been using for a while now, and I think it's amazing. I have it on my phone and I'm on it every single day. Why? Is because Goodreads is an app which has every single book on the earth on it. And by that, I mean not that you can read books on it, but that people come here and give reviews for the books. They tell you what they think about it based on stars, based on what they write, and I think that's a really cool way to kind of understand what the book is about, and also what other people thought of it. It's kind of like any other rating app sort of thing, but it also has like these cool updates which you can see, like all your friends, you can see what they're reading, what they want to read, what they've already finished reading. Those are the 3 things, which is currently reading, want to read, and read. Yeah. It also has something which is extremely well known, which is the Goodreads reading challenge, wherein you can put down a goal for the year, and then it tells you how far or on track you are. And yeah, I think it's a really cool app and I love it and I can speak about it. so much, but I will not, because you should go and check it out. Okay. Number 3 is audiobooks, and I have spoken about it before, so I will keep it brief. Audiobooks and Audible and Storytel in particular are 2 apps that I enjoy using. They enhance my experience of reading, because I read books and the audiobooks at the same point of time sometimes. I also really enjoy memoirs in which the author themselves have read out the book. The last book that I read via audiobook was Know My Name by Chanel Miller, and I read that book in a day and a half. 1, because it was amazing, and 2, because I was also listening to the audiobooks. So I would spend like 1 hour would go by, or 45 minutes would go by, and I was just reading the book because I was listening to it as well, and I was also reading it while it was happening because I'm a weirdo on my Kindle. So yeah, it was so good. That experience was so immersive, and I loved each and every moment of it. And I read so fast. It was so great. Loved it. And yeah, that's why those apps are also great. Number 4 is Kindle, which is also something which I've spoken about, but it is amazing. It helps me read in the dark. It helps me read while I'm traveling. It helps me do a lot of shit, and it gives me access to books that are not really available in the market right now. So I appreciate you, Kindle. Kindle is available on the Kindle, which is the tablet, or also on your phone or your desktop or laptop. So that is amazing, and I love you. Number 5 is Spotify. I know, that's strange. It's a music app. Why would a music app help me with reading? But I am the sort of person who sometimes get distracted with a lot of noise. Hence, I have other noise, which is fun noise that drowns out the other bad noise to help me read. Such as I don't really have a playlist or anything, but essentially I listen to like Chet Faker or Flume or anything that doesn't really have lyrics per se. So that, or like any like piano, or like like Ludwig Maldi or whatever his name is, to kind of just bring me into the reading. And it's like nice background music, but at the same point in time I'm like super into the reading, and it drowns out everything else. So I really love doing that. Also sometimes, like if I was reading a book which is like Paris, or like situated in a particular country or whatever, sometimes I'll put like instrumental stuff that is based in that country, which gives me like this cool like vibe, and I really like it. It makes me feel like super immersed in the book. So I really appreciate Spotify. If you have any playlists that you have for yourselves and you do this as well, please link me down below. If there's any music that you listen to while reading, please let me know. I will also try it out. And number 6 is YouTube, because YouTube has the amazing repository of white noises, but also it has amazing booktubers, like so many people who I love watching their videos and getting recommendations. I watch so many of them, it's insane, and they are the reason why I am here today. And I get so many great recommendations. It feels like a community that I wasn't really a part of, and then I just really wanted to be a part of it. So I was like, So here I am today. So make sure you subscribe. Also, similarly, Instagram. I love Bookstagram. I have been part of it for many, many years, and it has been the joy of my life to interact with so many of you guys there. So yeah, those are the apps that I think are super beneficial to me. I really, really love all of them, and I think that these apps help me on a day-to-day basis. So if you have any other apps that you think I should check out, I know there's like apps like Litzy and stuff like that people use, but I haven't really seemed to enjoy it as much. But if there are any other apps that you use, or if you use any of these apps, do let me know. I would love to know what your thoughts are, and if you are going to use any, just tell me. Alright, that was weird. I'm gonna go now. Bye!